The Chicago Cubs get absolutely hammered in the first game of the series against the Milwaukee Brewers. We got to talk about it, unfortunately. And how can we recover in game two? We got all of that coming up right after this. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. I am your host, Mike Jones. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode. Hey, listen, if you love Chicago Cubs, if you love Chicago Cubs content, if this is your first time watching or you just haven't made that decision yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, go ahead and hit that like button on this video. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody that tunes in to these videos. We've had such a fun season so far, and we're going to keep it going through the off season and into next season. That's right. It don't stop over here on Chicago Cubs Central, consistently giving you content. I can't wait to talk trade talks and potential free agent signings after the season is over with, but we still got baseball to play. And I don't want to overshadow that because the Chicago Cubs did play the second round, first game of the second round, which was the National League Division Series against the Milwaukee Brewers, hosted by the Brewers in Milwaukee. And the Chicago Cubs just were snake bitten from the start. Matthew Boyd literally did not have it today. He was on shortened rest. Even though he did not pitch a full game against the Padres, he was and then he was up Thursday warming up for potential having to come into the game in order to ensure that the Cubs made it to the next round. Craig Counsell is going to take a lot of flack on this, a lot of heat from a lot of people on this, and they're going to call mismanagement on the part of Craig Counsell. They're going to say that Craig Counsell mismanaged the Chicago Cubs starter, somebody that's coming off Tommy John surgery, logging the second most innings pitched in his career. And they're going to say that Craig Counsell just made a terrible decision. Craig Counsell himself will retort that with, he looked good to me. Everybody in the organization was fine with Matthew Boyd taking the ball in the first game. He was like, decisions have to be made. We made a decision. That is what that is. That's exactly what he said to the media when asked about Boyd. Matthew Boyd himself will tell you that he just didn't have it. Now, people will ask you why Craig Counsell would allow him to get so deep into things before pulling him. Literally, like I said, he had the bases loaded. And when he started getting outs, it was because guys were scoring also at the same time. It just was an unfortunate set of events for Matthew Boyd. And like I said, I mean, I hope this isn't the end for Matthew Boyd, at least not for this season. I hope he does get to pitch one more time to show what he truly is and how great he is, because he is one of the best pitchers, I believe, this season in baseball. His numbers point to it. Even though he slumped through September, his numbers point to it. His performance against the Padres point to it. Like I said, he's been clutch for the Chicago Cubs. So I don't want one start to deflate Matthew Boyd or how you feel about Matthew Boyd. That's kind of where my mind is at. Yes, it was a bad start. Yes, it came at an inopportune time, but you look at all these different scenarios. This guy's coming off Tommy John surgery, man. This guy's coming off logging the most innings pitched, second most innings pitched in his career for a season. I mean, listen, like it was almost like it was bound to happen. It's just unfortunate it happened in the first inning. Things started off great for the Chicago Cubs in this game. Chicago Cubs got a home run from Michael Boyd. I almost said Matthew Boyd. Damn it, Michael Boyd. In the first inning, put them up 1-0, feeling good about yourself. Like, okay, we got our guy Matthew Boyd coming up. And we're gonna do this thing, right? Chicago Cubs did get a lot of home runs in this game, 3 to be exact, 3 single home runs. Michael Busch, Ian Happ, and Nico Horner all homered in this game for the Chicago Cubs. Milwaukee didn't hit a single home run in this game. It was either a bloop single or a double that got them to score runs. That's pretty much it. In this game, pitching, you saw obviously Matthew Boyd made it only 2/3 of an inning. Michael Soroka only made it 1 inning. Savali pitched 4.1 for 4 1/3 inning. And then Bryn Brown pitched the last 2 innings for the Chicago Cubs. So literally, and it's so funny. Like I said, Twitterverse is crazy. It's one of those things where they were like, man, had the Chicago Cubs, instead of having Matthew Boyd and Michael Soroka pitch, if they would have just had Aaron Savali and Ben Brown pitch this game, the Chicago Cubs probably would have won this game 3-0. Because those guys did not give up a single hit, a single run. They Savali gave up 3 hits over 4 innings. Ben Brown only gave up 1 hit over 2 innings. Ben Brown did allow 2 walks. He did strike out 3. Savali allowed no walks and struck out 3. So yeah, man. I mean, like I said, if you listen in the postseason, you have to have a very short-term memory. And that's literally where the Chicago Cubs have to be here. They have to have a short-term memory. They have to move forward, move past this game, forget that it happened, or use it. There's 2 ways you could work with this. You can either forget this game ever happened and move on to the next one, or you can use it. You can use it as motivation for the next game. Milwaukee was going to come out in this first game and prove a point. You look at the Chicago Cubs and you say to yourself, as the Chicago Cubs, okay, well, Milwaukee came out into this game and they literally shut us down, shut us out. You know, we got no help from our pitching, at least not our first 2 pitchers. That's fine. Now use that. Turn that around and use that as an opportunity to now go forward. Use that as, fuel for you to come out and prove people wrong, because right now a lot of people are doubting the Chicago Cubs. People are already putting up there, thank you for the season pictures and things like that. People trying to be funny and stuff like that. Milwaukee may get comfortable. Don't count the Chicago Cubs out just yet. It's not over with yet. It was 1 game. You came to Milwaukee with the expectation to split. You did not come to Milwaukee with the expectation to run the table. I mean, it would have been great to run the table, but like I said, you came to Milwaukee with the intentions to split a 1-1, to go back to Chicago 1-1. There's still the opportunity to do that. All hands on deck Monday, and you got to play sharp. And the Chicago Cubs are capable of doing that, y'all. We've seen them do it against Milwaukee. I'm not overtly worried about the Chicago Cubs just yet. A lot of people are, season's over with. Oh, man, I can't believe we lost this game. Oh, we're done. We suck. It's over. Can't believe this. It may seem like the sky is falling, but I promise you guys, it's not as bad as you think. We're going to be all right. Chicago Cubs are going to be all right. There's still a lot of baseball left to be played. Regroup. Get back to it Monday. Monday also, guys, we will have the live stream back up. So we'll do a watch along on Monday's game. Like I said, I just wanted to get this quick video in here. And then also I did want to note that Jackson Cheerio, who went 3 for 3 and had 3 RBIs in this game, might have messed up his hamstring. That is a big blow to Milwaukee. Cheerio came out of the game after that third one. He said, physically, I feel good. It was a little bit more precautionary to come out of the game. Like I said, Brewers manager Pat Murphy said Jackson Cheerio's hamstring injury could be devastating to the team. We'll just have to see what happens. Like I said, but just get one in Milwaukee. Literally, that's all we need. Just get one in Milwaukee, bring them back to Chicago, and do the work in Chicago. Like I said, just get one. If you get one, you're good to go. You feel very good about coming back to Chicago on Wednesday and playing Wednesday, Friday in Chicago. Just got to get one, baby. Don't lose hope yet, y'all. Don't hop off the bandwagon yet. Now, if they come out and obliterate you again in game 2 and you go down 2-0, well, then, like I said, you can kind of get the feeling like, yeah, this might not go over too well. But again, you still got so much baseball left to be played, so many innings, so many outs. Don't count the Cubs out yet. It's not over with yet, y'all. Keep the faith. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Chicago Cubs Central. And listen, this is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And please, please, please plan to be with me 8 o'clock Monday night. First pitch, we're going to go live and do a live episode watch along for Chicago Cubs Central. Listen, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all. Have a great day. Go Cubs, go. Peace.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the number one spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.